Nostradamus was a legendary prophet in the 16th century. He is considered by many to be the greatest prophet in history because he has predicted many important historical events. These historical events include the French Revolution, the outbreak of World War I, the outbreak of World War II, and more. He also predicted many great future inventions of mankind. These inventions include airplanes, automobiles, the nuclear bomb, and more. It is estimated that Nostradamus wrote a total of 6,338 prophecies. The prophecy spans 3,797 years, and many of those predictions actually came true. Nostradamus even predicted the time of World War III and the end of the world. In addition, he also predicted some major events in 2022. Nostradamus is very famous in the Western world. There are even films made with him as the prototype. In this video, we will take a look at what major events Nostradamus predicted and which of his predictions are likely to happen in 2022. Nostradamus was born in Saint Province, southern France on December 14, 1503. He later became a famous French doctor, pharmacist, and prophet. Nostradamus' prophecy was expressed in poetry. His prophecies are mainly recorded in his book Centuries, published in 1555. It is said that 70% of the prophecies in the book have come true. Tell a famous story about the prophetic power of Nostradamus. This is about the fate of Black Pig and White Pig. The reason is that a lord named Florent Bill is very interested in Nostradamus's prophetic power, but he does not believe that such a thing is real. So he took Nostradamus to a pig pen in the yard. There are two little piglets in the sty, one black and one white. The Lord asked Nostradamus to divination the fate of the two pigs to see the power of prophecy. Nostradamus said the black piglet would be the Lord's meal and the white one would be eaten by wolves. The Lord wanted to do the opposite. The Lord immediately said that we will eat white pigs for dinner tonight. Nostradamus looked as usual when he heard what Lord said. In the evening, the Lord looked at the pork on the plate and said to Nostradamus with a proud face, "The white piglet have become our meal." Nostradamus said calmly, pointing to the plate, "This is black pig." The Lord said, "How is it possible? I ordered the kitchen to kill the white pig." Both stand by their own words. Then, when asked by the Lord, the servant frankly confessed. The wolf cub at home ran out and ate the white pig. The kitchen can only kill the black piglet and serve it on the table. Nostradamus predicted it right. Nostradamus was stranded in Italy for a while with a young monk parrot. One day Nostradamus suddenly knelt on the ground and said to Parrot, "Ah, venerable bishop." The people around were very surprised because Parrot was just an ordinary priest at the time. Parrot was embarrassed too, thought, "What are you doing so politely?" But surprisingly, Parrot actually ended up being the bishop of Sexton V. Nostradamus had already died when Parrot became bishop. In 1555, Nostradamus completed the first phase of the prophecy centuries. The most shocking prophecies of Nostradamus during his lifetime are also recorded in the book. The prophecy is about the death of King Henry II of France at the time. Nostradamus predicted the death of King Henry II of France in a quatrain. The quatrain tells of a young lion who defeats an old lion in battle. Young lion will pierce the eyes of the old lion, and the old lion will die in agony. Nostradamus warned the king that he should avoid ceremonial fights. 3 years later, when King Henry was just 41 years old, he died in a ceremonial fight against a young knight. The opponent's spear pierced the king's visor and into the back of his head. King Henry lived in agony for 10 days before eventually dying of wound infection. At that time, the chest armor of King Henry and the young knight were painted with lions. The fulfillment of this prophecy shocked people to Nostradamus' prophecy, and many nobles and famous people came to visit him. Nostradamus' legendary prophecies are many, many more. Do you think he really has the ability to predict the future? Welcome to Forward this video to your friends to discuss. What predictions does the legendary prophet Nostradamus have for 2022? Nostradamus predicts that climate change will become so severe that rising temperatures will make fish in the sea half-cooked. He also hinted that eventually we will not see rain for 40 years, and when it finally does, there will be a nation-destroying flood. Nostradamus wrote in a poem in the Centuries, "As the sun burns the sea, eat these fish half-cooked. When Rhodes and Genoa famine, residents will come to eat fish." In another poem of the Centuries it is written, 40 years will not see a rainbow. Every day for 40 years sees drier land getting drier. When it rains, there will be a big flood. Nostradamus seems to imply devastating floods of biblical scale will hit the world in the near future. The world has seen more damaging heat waves, floods and droughts in recent years. UN warns in report dubbed Code Red for Humanity. Natural disasters will become more frequent and severe. Asteroid hitting Earth has long been considered one of the greatest doomsday possibilities, but astronomers have not yet been able to calculate when the event will occur. Nostradamus also predicted that Earth would be hit by an asteroid, causing mass death. He wrote in the centuries, "New, violent, sudden, raining celestial stones. The two armies stopped suddenly, the fire turned the sea to stone. Immediate death of the earth and sea. A fire will fall from the sky for 3 nights. The reason will be shocking. Earthquake soon." Nostradamus seems to imply that Earth will be hit by dozens of asteroids, causing massive catastrophe. NASA once said that about every 2,000 years, a meteoroid the size of a football field will hit Earth and cause major damage to the area it hits. Every few million years, a celestial body that is enough to threaten the Earth's civilization strikes the Earth. Impact craters on Earth, the Moon and other planetary bodies are evidence of the impact of these large bodies. Any meteorite impact larger than 1 kilometer could have devastating effects on the globe. The largest known potentially hazardous asteroid is Nostrademus with a diameter of 5.4 kilometers. Nostradamus also predicted a global famine caused by inflation, which would lead to higher prices in recessions. According to Nostradamus, mass famine will also lead to increased conflict as people compete for natural resources affected by climate change. In a poem, Nostradamus wrote, "No abbots, monks, no novices to learn. Honey costs much more than candle wax. The price of wheat is so high that people are churned, eaten in desperation by his countrymen." Across the world, countries have experienced political instability, the coronavirus pandemic and gas shortages that have led to higher inflation and soaring food and energy prices. UK gas prices surged 500% in less than 12 months on rising energy demand and low Russian gas exports. 7 million people are now starving because of inflation even in Canada, a developed country. Nostradamus seems to have predicted the rise of artificial intelligence 5 centuries ago. Technology has advanced to such an extent in the past few decades that it's hard to know what will happen in the near future, but Nostradamus predicted that humanity will become immortal through the rise of artificial intelligence technology. He wrote in the centuries, "The new sage, with his independent brain, watched moonlit night on the mountain. He is immortal at the invitation of his disciples. Eyes to the south, hands on chest, body in fire." This passage can be interpreted as a prophecy for the rise of artificial intelligence technology. Independent brains and immortality are the characteristics of AI robots. Musk once said that we humans may just be the bootstrap of AI. Maybe AI robots are the real master of the world. Although Nostradamus was a very famous great prophet, but his predictions are sometimes failed. He once predicted that 1999 would be the end of the world. It didn't happen, so his 2022 predictions may also be failed. Friends who haven't liked this video, please help to like it. Remember to follow me and come back often to watch my various videos. See you next time, bye bye.